Okay, Hussein. So in the last session, we have completed static routing with all the flavors: static default, static routing, static floating, and static load balancing. After that, we did the static all, and today we'll go with the RIP. So RIP is static is a manual which we did, right? We decided the path or destination and everything. But in RIP, we don't need to advertise each and everything. Okay, we just need to advertise over the network, that directly connected network. Indirectly, automatically, they will share their routing table by each other with the hello packet. Okay, so what are the basic components using by RIP that we have to understand first? So as we know that RIP is comes under what? RIPS comes under Interior Gateway Routing Protocol. It is known as a distance vector routing protocol. Why distance vector routing protocol? Because it is choosing the best path based on the distance. Okay, like how many hops they are required to cross to reach the destination. How many hops they are by crossing. Okay, so based on that, it is choosing the routing best path. So that's the reason it is called as a distance vector routing protocol. Okay, so tomorrow we'll cover link state routing, that will cover OSPF, and hybrid will cover EIGRP day after tomorrow. Okay. So before that, I'll just tell you that what is RIP. Okay, as RIP is open standard RIP means routing information protocol. Okay, that is a open standard. Open standard means we can use in any brand like Cisco, Juniper, in every FortiGate, in everywhere we can use this RIP. Okay, because it is an open standard. Okay, open standard means there is no rights of anyone. Okay, it is open for all. Okay, so later we are having a classful routing protocol, means RIP version 1. Okay, version 1 is supporting classful. Classful means without subnetted, like /8 of the class A, /16 of the class B, /24 for the class C. Okay, so this is the way how actually the without subnetted. It means to say it is trying to select classful routing protocol only supported by the version 1. But if you talk about the version 2, it is support classless as well. Okay, subnetted network also supported by version 2. Okay, so that is the difference between them. Second thing, updated are broadcasted by 255.255 means broadcast network. Like let's suppose we have a multiple routers connected together. Okay, here also connected. So in this, let's suppose I just advertise this network, and here in this router I advertise this one. Here I advertise directly connected networks only. So after that, they will send their entire routing table. Like let's suppose this router is having two networks, this network and this network. Okay, so in this network, it is having two network into their routing table. So it will send their routing table. Okay, that is called hello message. Okay, so it is broadcasting their routing table, and the same every router will do. Every router will do the broadcasting with each other. Okay, with directly connected networks. So after that, this router will take, okay, let's suppose this is a 192.168.1.1. This is a 1.2. This is a 2.2, this is a 2.3, and this is a 3.4. 192.168 3.4. Okay, on 192.168 4.5, and here in this between 192.168 5.0 network. Okay, so it will send 192.168 1.1 1.0 network and 2.2.0 network. So this router will receive the packet, and this router will add into their routing table about this 192.168 1.0 network, because it will not add 2.2 because it is also connected with the 2.2. Got it?
Yes, sir.
And after that, the same way it will add to this one also, and each router will check their routing table. The directly connected networks, they will not add again, they will just add which is not available into their routing table. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so after that, metric is a hopcon. Metric is nothing but the way of finding a root cost. Okay, finding the best path. Let's suppose this is a router. Okay, router and the router. Okay, this is again router, and these are connected like this. Okay, so this is source and this is destination. So how many? Let's suppose there is one more router. So it will, let's suppose there is a 100 Mbps of speed. Okay, and here also 100 Mbps of speed, but here 50 Mbps. Here also 50 Mbps. So which one will be the best option? Best
100
part to reach the
Mbps.
destination? 100 Mbps, obviously, right? But this
Yes.
router will not consider as a best path to this path. Okay, why? Because there is a multiple path. Two router, it need to be, the packet need to be crossed this both the routers. Okay, so routers is also known as a hop. Okay, so hop count we can say. So here two hop, overall we can say like two breakers are there. So this is
Yes.
not best path to reach the college. This is a single breaker, but it is a traffic, full traffic, but still we are considering this is a our best path because we are having a single router to cross. Okay, so this is the normal behavior of the RIP to finding the best path. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Means
Got it. Yes.
it should be it should not go, it should not consider best path the higher bandwidth. It should always consider the best path where it is finding the limited router crossing. Okay, the hope crossing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, maximum hope count. This is a metric. Okay, after that maximum hope count, overall we can say routing. Whenever you're working with the RIP will use RIP will work within a 16 router only. Okay, let's suppose R1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, so within a 16 it will work. If you are adding one more router number 17, it will be invalid for this. Okay, so it whenever you just understand this thing, like router, whenever you are going to configure RIP, it should support maximum 16 routers only. Okay,
Yes, sir.
if you are
Yes, sir.
having 15 different branches, and your HO we are having a single router and 15 different branches, so it will work within this 16. Let's suppose you increase one more branch, that is a 17 number, then it will not be considered it as it will not allow to become a part of RIP. Okay,
Yes.
after that, load balancing, what is the load balancing? Nothing. Load balancing is nothing but the sharing the traffic in in, let's suppose we are having a multiple equal path. So it will let's suppose this is a router 1, router 2, router 3, and router 4, and these are connected the local PCs. So source is this one, destination we are considering this one. So let's suppose this is send a packet to reach here. Okay, so router receive the packet. Router is having a multiple equal path. Okay, to reach here. So 50% packet it will send via this, 50% packet it will send via this. Or if it is not breaking the packet, it's what it should do. Let's suppose there is 100 PC and 100 users are connecting to each other. They are trying to connecting each other. So 50 requests will go via first path. 50 requests via go will with second path. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is the way how it is doing the load balancing. Okay, it is supporting only equal load balancing, not unequal. Okay,
Okay.
and used for a small organization because 15 to 16 only supporting. Exchange entire routing table for every 30 second. In every 30 second, they will send their routing table with each other. Okay, let's suppose this router. In every router, they will, and every 30 second they will send their hello packets. In hello packets means it is a routing table. Whatever address they are having, it is continuously sending the hello packet in the 30 second. If it is any on, it is on a next. Okay,
Yes, sir.
update timer is a 30 second, as we know just now we heard, right? So in update timer is a 30 second. In every 30 second they're sending their routing table, that is called update timer. After that, let's suppose this is a router 2, router 3, router 4. Okay, router 3, router 4. Let's suppose this is a IP is a 192.168.10.1, 192.168.20.1. This is a 30.0, and this is a 40.0 series. This is a 50.0. This is a 60.0. Okay, so this router will send hello packet whenever in every 30 second. Under the hello packet, the router network, under the hello packet, the address will be 192.168.10.0 and 20.0. 192.168 .20.0 in every 30 second. Okay,
Yes, sir.
it will send to this one. This router will also send to each, means all the connected routers will send their routing table in every 30 second with their connected networks. Okay, and let's suppose this router is not sending the packet, okay, in every 30 second. Okay, so it will wait, other neighbors will wait. Okay, if it is not sending, wait for some time, might be some issue with this router. It will send until the it will wait until the 180 second. Okay, that is how much, it is around 3 minutes, right? 3 minutes only it will wait. After
Yes.
3 minutes, what the other router will consider to this router is not alive, just remove their routing table like 50 and 40, just remove from here. Okay, this router is down.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, but not now. Again, it will wait for some more time, two more packet it will send till the 240 second. After 240 second, they will consider, okay, this router is completely down, and we can remove their routing tables, whatever we receive from R4 side. Okay, so update timer is a 30 second. Invalid timer means 180 second. It will, the other routers will wait for the 180 second. If they are not still they are not getting any response from the R4 side. So this router will consider as invalid. Okay, but still they will wait for some more time until the 240 second. Okay, so so after 240 second, if still they are not getting under the 240 second, what they will do, they will start erasing their 50
Routing
and
table.
routing table from address from the network from their routing table. Okay, whatever they receive from the R4, everything they will receive, each router will erase from their routing table. Got it?
Yes, sir.
After that, RIP protocol, information protocol. I'm just going to explain about some point about this. What is RIP routing protocol? RIP is a routing information protocol, is one of the oldest distance vector routing protocol. RIP works in the hop count. It's only work within a 15 hops. If the destination is out from 15 hops, that will be unreachable. Okay, means invalid. That we already discussed about this point. RIP routers receive a periodically update from its neighbor routers, and updates its routing table if any routers crash between the RIP network and the routing table is not updated till 180 second. Then the RIP routers will drop that route or network and starts finding new routes for the destination. Okay,
Yes,
means
sir.
that we already discussed about the timers. Okay, so after that, RIP prevent routing loops with using hop count facility, as its maximum number of hop count is 15, and after 15 of the network, the same already we already discussed about this, right? So after that, routing information protocol, some more points are there. For network, RIP is not considered for the big network, as it is a work within 15 host mails networks, and as well as behind the components. Comparison of other routing protocols such as OSPF, EIGRP, ISS, it can be configured easily, as it doesn't need any parameter, as such, as much as the other protocols as required. Means it is trying to say that RIP is a very oldest, and it is working within a 15 router, or means within a 16. Okay, within a 16 it work, but after that, uh, it is very easy to configure, but as compared to other routers, every routing protocol is having their advantage and some disadvantage. What are the disadvantages that we'll cover in upcoming session? So RIP use the user datagram protocol, means UDP, as its transport protocol, and it's assigned the reserve port number 520. It is using RIP is using UDP protocol to send their hello packet, okay, with the port number 520. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes.
After that, RIP is having three versions. That is RIP1, RIP2, that we already knows. After that, there is RIP-NG, that is especially designed for IPv6. We cannot configure RIP next generation into IP version 4. Okay.
Yes, sir.
RIP routing information protocol version 1. RIP support classful routing, that we already discussed. means it doesn't carry the subnet information, will sending updates lacking VLSM variable and subnet mask not make this version useful. Okay, so RIP version 1 cannot support the VLSN or FLSM anything, but as per the RIP version doesn't support classless routing. Reason behind the version is not helpful, as well as there is also no support for router authentication, making RIP vulnerability and the various attacks. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so this RIP is also known as a routing by rumors, because let's suppose in general life, whatever your friend is telling to you, that you are just understanding and considering as a true, okay, without without checking anything. We are whatever that, let's suppose your friend is there who is telling anything wrong or good about someone, that you are considering, okay, that is whatever my friend is telling, that is true means true. Okay, you are not
Right.
doing any cross check, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
so the reason this is called as a routing by rumor. Whenever they are sending routing table to each other, they are not checking anything. Without checking anything, they are just, they are doing, they're updating their routing table based on the packet received. Okay, so they are
Yes.
they are not checking the updates are coming from where. Got it?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, there is some option like authentication we can do, but generally we are not using. But authentication, if you're choosing some authentication, let's suppose you assign some authentication into this router, so it should, the same authentication should be in this router also. Then it is little bit secure. Okay, because both are having a same before sending and receiving, before receiving their each other packets, they will send their parameter, like security parameter, based on the, if it is matched, then it will update their routing table. If it is not matched, then they will drop the packet.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay, sir.
okay, so like RIP version 2 routing information protocol, this is version of RIP support classless routing protocol. As we already discussed, RIP version 2 support both the things, classless and classful. Okay, so anything, nothing more than that. Classless inter-domain routing. This protocol is used in some organization, but it has the same range of hop count, that is 15. This version of RIP works on the multicast and avoid the unnecessary traffic in a network, which makes it more reliable in comparison to R1. Okay, this is the reason RIP is in use in these days instead of RIP version 1. You cannot find nowadays. Actually, if you talk about the RIP, it might be you can get in some location, some companies can use, but generally they are not using RIP, because there is a many more thing like point of RIP, like their conversion time, like a more, it is taking very 2 minute just around a 2 minute is taking to like considering any other router like invalid or flushing their routing table, the conversion time is very high. Okay, and it is not supporting the subnetting point, subnetting network. Okay, so many more other reasons are there. Okay, so that is the reason their routing, their AD value is a 120. Okay, so as I already informed you, like a higher AD value is a lower, that is not good routing protocol. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so this is some different that in between them. Okay, so no authentication support by RIP version 1. RIP version class-based routing protocol that we already discussed. RIP support VLSM, that is also discussed. RIP 1 routing update on broadcast, this is supporting a broadcast, but RIP version 2 supporting a multicast. Multicast we already know is like, okay, unicast is means 1 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay, but multicast mean one to
Oh,
particular group of
yes.
devices or group of users. Okay,
Yes.
so no RIP version is not supporting the authentication, but RIP version 2 is supporting the authentication with the plain text and MD5 as well. Helps to configure that update are coming from authorized source. To verify that we are doing the authentication. And finally, RIP1 is not used anymore unless you work with dinosaur connected to your network. Is still used. Don't know which reason can lead you to configure IP2. So generally we are not using this. Makes we can find EIGRP. 90% cases you can find static routing, which we already covered. Okay, in the previous session. In some cases like banking or some other sector like government sector or the banking sector, you can find the EIGRP as well as your OSPF you can get to. Okay. So this is about the EIGRP that we'll cover tomorrow. So today we configured we discuss about that RIP version 1 and RIP version 2. So now let's visit to our topology, and into this topology we'll do the configuration, how actually we are doing that. It is going to be here. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
let me open this topology. It is very easy to configure actually, whether it is an RIP version, RIP or RIP version, whatever that. Both the if you talk about the both the routing protocols, dynamic routing protocols, it is very easy. Because in earlier what we have done in the static routing, we decided the our destination path and on the best path and the second best path we decided, right? But
Yes,
when you are
AD value.
doing and some more points I did mistake, they are using some algorithm. Okay, so it is RIP is using the algorithm which is RIP algorithm. Let me check. That is, I forgot. RIP algorithm. RIP algorithm is a routing information protocol. Okay, what the RIP is using. So Bellman Ford algorithm. Some person, the name of Bellman Ford, who designed this routing protocol. So based on the designer name, it is given the Bellman Ford. So we can say Bellman Ford algorithm they are using. Okay, so these
Yes,
are
sir.
the protocol. These are our topology where we are going to do the configuration. So let's open in the R1 first, Hyderabad router. Okay, or go with the Dubai, whatever that is it, in Delhi or somewhere. So it is our previous topology. So let me show. So IP interface brief, if anything there. So nothing is there, I think. Okay, already the IP has been assigned. Okay, so quickly, let me reopen another one file, and the new I'm doing. Okay,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
and I'm just choosing some routers. Okay, one. And into this router we have to increase their port because we need to connect multiple interfaces. So let's shut down first and go with the HWIC2T. If it is an okay, that is also fine, but it will become very less for us. And after that, anything else related to this 16. Okay, let's go with this one for that. Okay, and HWIC2T, this is our serial network, so we can use this serial. Okay, so just turn on this router. Now you can select the control and click on the cursor 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and if you're fine, we can go with the another one as well. This one, and we can increase one more here. Okay, so in this scenario, what we are doing, okay, what we are doing into this. Let's choose this one and control. Here it will choose automatically the which cable, the serial cable. Okay, this is known as, this is our serial cable, red one. Okay, so that's it. And after that we need to choose what? We need to choose some switching 2960. Okay, that I have done. And after that we'll go with this some cables. Let me connect some PCs as well. So this is a one more PC and another PC on this side. And we'll give some connectivity onto this. The same way we will go with some IP. This will be our 192.168.168.10.0 network. So we'll consider 10.1 to this one, 10.1, and 10.2 to this interface. We'll assign. Okay, here we can use 192.168.20.0, or we can use 20.1. Here we can use 192.168.30.0 network. Here we can use 192.168.40.0 network. Here we will use 192.168.50.0 network. Here we'll use around 60 network, 192.168.60.0 network. And here we'll use 70 network, 192.168.70.0. Okay, and here we'll use 192.168.80.0. Okay, so consider this is a 70.1, this will be a 70.2. Like this we can assign. Okay, okay, so first router, this one is our first router. Okay, just enable configuration terminal, no IP domain lookup, no IP domain lookup. Okay, and interface serial 0 by 0 by 0 by 0, an IP address 192.168.10.10.1, 255.255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. And after that, we have one more interface. Fast Ethernet 0 by 0, IP address 192.168. What? 20.1 and 20.1 and 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. That's it for here. Okay. Now we'll have to configure to this router. Into this router, we are having a 3 network. That is a no enable configuration terminal, no IP domain lookup. Okay, no IP domain lookup. In interface serial. I think this is also we need to verify this first of all. 0 by 1 by 0 is a local network, and after that 0 by 1 by 1 and 0 by 0 by 0. Okay, so we'll consider 0 by 1 by 0 to this one. Okay. Serial 0 by 1 by 0, an IP address 192.168.10.2 and 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. Okay. After that, we have one more interface, that is a serial 0 SE 0 by 1 by 1 IP. Just a minute. Exit interface serial 0 by 1 by 1 IP address 192.168.30.1 and 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. Okay. After that, interface serial 0 by 0 by 0, and IP address will be 192.168.40.40.1 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. Done. And after this router, we'll go for another router that will into this router. Okay. So into this router, how many networks we have?
2.
So let me fix this space of this. Okay. Enable configuration terminal interface fast Ethernet, or not fast Ethernet, that is a serial interface. Serial interface 0 by 0 by 1 IP address 192.168.50.1 and 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. And after that, we have one more internet serial 0 by 0 by 0 by 0 by 0. The IP address will be 192.168.30.2 and 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. Okay, done for this one. And come back to this router. Here also we are having a limited one, only 2 networks we have. So
42.61.
just a minute. So here we have one more. Okay, enable configuration terminal, no IP domain lookup. Okay, interface fast is not fast, serial 0 by 0 by 1. Let me check what are these both. 0 by 0 by 0 is in another network, and 0 by 0 by 1 will be 40.2. So 0 by 0 by 1 is a 40.2 IP address 192.168.40.2 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. Okay, and after that still it is down. Okay, it is fine, no problem. Why it is down? Because already 40.1 is there na, so no shutdown. If I do let me verify first the interface is correct or not, which we are choosing. That is 0 by 0 by 1 only, right?
Yes, sir.
0 by 0 by 1 only, but why it is not in? Okay, 0 by 0 by 1 is done. Then another one will be our 0 by 0 by 0 will be a 60. Okay.
Once check is our IP route.
Next IP time route. This side will check. Okay, configure terminal interface serial 0 by 0 by 0 and IP address 192.168.60.1 255.255.255.0, and now shutdown. Okay, then this is up. So we'll check. This is also up, no problem. So IP interface brief. Okay, so
something missing.
Both is up, and this is a down. 40.2 is a down. So we will go with the 40.2. Okay, so 40.2. Let me verify from here whether we are able to reach or not. Ping 192.168.40.2. Okay, if it is not, then we'll have to check whether we are assigned correct IP or not. Okay, so I think we are not assigned.
Yes.
I think we chosen the wrong interface to assign the IP. So IP interface brief. So 40 dot is there or not? 40.1 is there, and it is showing up, right?
Yeah.
192.168. Leave it this one first. Erase this network, cancel, erase this interface. Okay, so now we are having a 0 by 0 by 0. Okay, so configuration, just a minute. So IP interface brief. Okay, so into this we have a 40.40.2. Okay, 40.2 we assign into 0 by 0 by, that is the reason. So configuration terminal interface, if you are assigning default interface, which interface, if you are want to remove no IP address also is fine, but if you want to make a default, status of this, whatever that router interface was there before it started. Okay, so what we can do here in the 40.2 0 by 0 by 1. Okay, so serial 0 by 0 by 1, so that is also fine. Okay, so IP interface brief. So if you check 40.1 is administrated down, everything is removed. Okay, that is the other way that we can do. If you are, I will show another way how to remove the IP address. Okay,
No,
so no
yeah,
need to worry.
that's it.
So configuration terminal, and what is this? The next one is our 0 by 0 by 0, that is like 40.2. Okay, interface serial number 0 by 0 by 0, IP address 192.168.40.2 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. Okay, done. So it is fine. So IP interface brief. So IP interface brief. Okay, that is up now or what? It's still 40.2 is fine. 192.168.40.2 we assign and it is up. Okay, so now we'll connect another interface. Okay, so another interface for this router to this router. Okay, so it will be a 0 by 1 by what is that? 0 by 0 and 0 by 1.
Yes.
0 by 0, and this is 0 by 0 by 1. Okay, so in 0 by 0 by 1 we'll need to assign an IP. Configuration terminal interface serial 0 by 0 by 1, IP address 192.168.60.1 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. That's it. So IP interface brief. So 60 is still down, so we'll configure to this side. Okay, now let's see. First of all, 40.1 we are able to reach or not. Ping 192.168.40.1, so we are able to reach now. The configuration is fine. So now we can come to this router, and into this router we'll have to go with the CLI, and under the CLI, we have to configure enable configuration terminal interface serial 0 by 1 by 0 and IP address. Well, the IP address is 192.168.192.168.60.2 and 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. That is also up. And after that, we have an interface serial 0 by 0 by 0, 0 by 0 by 0, which is IP will be IP address 192.168.50.2, 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. What happened? What was the error?
No, sir. Some like we given wrongly
Bed
like
mask.
IP address.
Bed mask we given, right? So we can go and into this interface, and we can do what? Default. Okay, default, if you type, it will remove their IP. Okay, default. Okay, interface. So instead of default, building the configuration, so we remove their. Okay, no problem. So again we can come 0 by 0 by 0 and IP address 192.168.168.50.2 and 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. Done.
Yes. Yes, sir.
But it is not showing up. Let me verify first the interface. 0 by 0 by 0, that is up. Okay, now finally 0 by 0 by 1. 0 by 0 by 1. Ping 192.168.50.1. The reachability is there, so no problem. We assign the correct one. Configuration terminal interface serial 1 0 by 0 by 1, and IP address will be 192.168.70.1.255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. Here 255 and no shutdown. After that, we have to assign into this one. This one is fine. Okay. into this interface. Enable configuration terminal interface serial 0 by 0 by 0 and IP address 192.168.70.255.255.255.0 and no shutdown. Done. That is also done. After that, we have one more interface, that is the interface configuration terminal interface FastNet 0 by 0 by 0 and IP address IP address 192.168.80.1 and 255.255.255.0. Remember, you cannot assign network ID into any interface. You need to assign IP, not an interface network ID. Okay. So network, you know about this network ID and difference between network ID and network IP. Network ID is represent entire network. Network IP is represent particular network. Okay, but particular host. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So the basic configuration has been done. So now we are doing what we will do. We will do the RIP configurations. For that, enable configuration terminal. So in generally we don't require in a router because routing is already been enabled. But for if you're using L3 switches in that time to enable the routing, you need to use IP routing command. Okay, after that router RIP, which version you are using. Our router RIP version, which version you are using, 1 or 2. So we are using 2, let's suppose. Okay, we are using version 2. And into this, what are the networks we have? Connected networks, directly connected networks. So the command is network 192.168.20.0 network. Okay, and another is 10.0 network. Okay, so that's it. That is the done that we done our RIP configuration. Okay, so after that, how many networks are there? Configuration network, a router RIP. Okay, a network. What is the network? 192.168. Connected network 10.0 network, and after that, which network? 30.0, 30.0 and 50, I guess, right? 40 is there. So we can use a 40 network. So that's it. We advertise the network, nothing more than that. No need to do anything all. Okay. So after that, we have to configure another router. That router is this one, 50N, 30. So we'll just go router RIP version 2. Okay, network 192.168.192.50N 50N30. So 30.0 and second one is the 50.0. That's it. Okay. So after that we have one more, that is this one. Okay. So into this,
60.40.
how many networks? 3 networks are connected there, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
One is a 60, 70 and the 60, 70 and 50, 60, 70. Okay. So router RIP network 192.168.50.0, then 60.0, then 70.0. Fine. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, we have one more router here, 60 and 40. So configuration terminal, router RIP network 192.168.40.0. Another network is 40 and 50, 60 only, right?
Here one command is miss, version 2.
Okay, that later also can do, no problem. 60.0. Okay, and here if you miss anything, you can do version 2, no problem in the last. Okay, also many more now, no auto summary is also available, but we are not using this all the things. Okay, otherwise you'll get confused. So last router is there. So in the last router, configuration terminal, router RIP network 192.168.80.0 and 192.168.168 and another one is a 70.0. Okay, 70.0 and version 2 we can use. Okay, done. So if you check now, we assign only directly connected network in the dynamic routing protocol, but earlier if you talk about the static routing, where we assign all the indirectly networks, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
That is a very easy to configure the dynamic routing protocol. Okay, configure, because here some algorithms are there in every protocols which are taking a responsibility to share their destination networks information with each other. Okay. Okay, so IP route. If you check so IP route, just a minute. So IP route RIP. If you check RIP, still the RIP is not there. Why? We need to check why it is still not updated here. So IP route RIP. So RIP has been here configured, but we missed something into this one. So go with this and configuration terminal, router RIP. Again, we can do version 2 and network is 192.168.10.0. 192.168. We missed something. That is the reason it is not updated. Another one is a 20. Okay, so 20.0 int so IP route. So if you check now again, it will take 30 seconds. Okay, it will say check 30 seconds. Why it is not coming? Let me ping 192.168.10.2. We're able to reach, right? And from here ping 192.168.10.1. our reachability is there, then why it is not accepting that? So IP route RIP. So if you check RIP into this router, 10, 20, 40, no, not 10, 20, only 20, 40, 20, 50, 60, and 70 are advertised by this, okay, by the routing the routers. Now if you check into this, so IP route RIP, so IP route, why it is not updating to each other? Am I miss anything? Yes, I don't think so that I miss anything. Config, so IP route RIP. So IP route RIP version 2. Version 2 RIP, nothing. So IP route, if you check, only the directly connected networks are there. But what better we can do? We can do what? Another way, configuration terminal, router RIP, version 2, okay. Version 2, and what we can do, network, whatever the network 0.0.0. Every network, whatever the network we are having, it will connect with the so IP route. So IP route RIP. So that is also one way, okay. But why it is not accepting these things? So let me verify this one also. It is not accepting anything. So IP route RIP. Here RIP has been advertised, right? 10, 20,
Yes, sir.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, everything has been advertised. Only 80 is missing now. Let me check into this last router. So IP route RIP, because it is an AS router,
Yeah.
but still here also it is done. Everything has been advertised, okay. So into this, leave it this router. I think we missed something, okay. So that's it. And from here, if you ping, let me check whether I'm able to reach or not to them. 30.2. If I'm able to reach, then it is fine. Ping 192.168.30.2. It is not reaching, right?
Yeah.
Something we are missing here. Let me check the interface IP. So IP interface brief. If you check so IP interface, 20.1 is there, up, and 10.1 is there, up, right? And serial and fast Ethernet. Fine, network is correct, everything is correct. Something is missing, so no need to worry. Just ignore this part. Now you can ping from here, okay, to every router you can able to reach. Okay, ping 192.168.80.1. If I ping, some packet will drop because first time they are trying to reach. Okay. Okay, first of all, 80 is not advertised here. 80 is not there, right? So 80 it will not reach because 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 40, 60, 50, 60, 70 is there, right?
Yes.
So instead of reaching there, we can use ping 192.168.10.1. So let me check. 10.1 we are able to reach, but 10.1 is not. Okay, 10.1 is this one. 20 is not advertised, right?
Yes.
20, let me check. 20 is also there, so we can also reach to the 20.1 we can try. Okay, 20.1 we are able to reach, but look, 20.1 we are able to reach, but 20 this is not a part of routing. Okay, here also miss so IP route, so IP route RIP. If you check that, nothing has been there. So configuration terminal, router RIP, and network version 2. Okay, version 2 network, if you check 192.168.30.0, 30.0, 192.168.30.0, and Another network is which one? A 50.0. Okay, so 50.0 is also fine. So IP route RIP. Wait for 30 seconds, but still it is not showing. Okay, let me do something. Configuration terminal router RIP. Okay, before router RIP, we'll do routing, IP routing to enable this routing. By default, it is enabled, but routing, router IP routing, the router RIP version 2 and network 192.168.30.0 and 50.0. Okay, then so IP route RIP, so IP route RIP. Still might be some issue into these routers, so leave it. No need to worry.
Okay, sir.
You can use small networks and you can do. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we can this every router will reach to each other. Okay. If you check about the 70 network, so IP route RIP. If you check RIP 70 is there, 70 is there via where serial 0 by 0. So 40.2 means 40.2 it will, but it is not showing via this one. If I block this network, this router cannot reach to other one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's suppose 70 is there, right? So many networks are there. If you shut down any network or any interface, so it will what it will do? It will stop doing. It will start means it will stop what the after one
Routing table.
after 240 seconds it will flush the network. Okay.
Yeah.
And every 30 seconds, if you check, this is the things. Okay, these are the networks. Okay, some HTTP is going on now. So RIP packet will come. Wait a minute. Here RIP version 1 is going. RIP version 1 is going, but not 2. Okay, so that is the reason I think we did some misconfiguration, and it is sending packet via 255.255.255.2. It is not using the RIP version 2. It is just accepting the RIP version 1. That is the reason some router is not accepting. Okay, so if you
Okay.
do version 2 or version 1, that will be fine. Okay, so that is the
Yes,
reason.
sir.
Nothing more than that. No need to worry that our configuration is correct. Okay. So
Okay,
this is
sir.
the way how you can identify the everythings. Okay, then I'm just stopping the today's session. I will see you tomorrow.